Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a video today that is near and dear to my heart. And in celebration of Labor Day weekend, I know a lot of people are going to be cooking out and having crabs and just having fun with their family. So, what better video than crabs? I am going to show you guys how I pick my crabs, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. I mean, I guess a wrong way to do it is just to smash the crab, right on the top. And you definitely don't want to be eating the lungs of these things because you could get really sick. But I thought it'd be fun to let you guys into my lovely crab world and show you how I crack crabs. So, without further ado, let's get started. First of all, let me show you what I have. Every single time I eat crabs, I lay down my paper. I get a bowl because I know that crabs can be messy, but I like to keep it clean. So I always have a bowl for my shells to go into off to the side. I have my bag of crabs here. I have my mallet, and I always use a metal mallet, and it kind of has like the pick at the end. So I don't need to have a knife. I just use this to dig the meat out if I need to. And then of course I have a drink, and I have wet paper towels. I like to keep my fingers clean. I know that probably sounds crazy when you're eating crabs, but sometimes it gets a little messy, and I like to stay clean. So what I do first is I always take the seasoning off the top of the shell and I slap it down somewhere because I like to kind of, have a dip every once in a while. So I kind of clean the shell off. As you can see on the back of the crab, this is called an apron. These are females, and I personally love females. I think they're sweeter than the males. They tend to taste less fishy than males do, so I always get females. If females aren't available, I usually won't eat crabs unless I'm at like a unless somebody else buys them, of course. But if I'm buying them, I buy females. So here we go. First thing I do is take the legs off. And right away, this is very different from a lot of people. Usually people leave the legs on because they find that it's easier once the apron is off and the shell is off. They use the legs as leverage to get meat out. But I like to pull them off first. It's just the way I've always done it, and I always go with the big ones first. I kind of crack it like that, and there you go, I get the meat. Yummy. And I usually set those off to the side to break open after I'm done pulling the legs off. So now I pull the small ones off. If I get meat out of that, cool. If not, whatever. But I usually do break the legs open because sometimes I can get meat out of them. And even like these little teeny ones, I will break them, and you can see I have meat there too. So into the bucket. And that's I just do all the legs real quick. I even get to the back fin, and I grab right on close to the shell, and I kind of snap it back and forth. And sometimes I pull out some, sometimes I don't, but it's not a big deal because once we get into the inside, all the meat's in there anyway. Same thing. There you go, got a nice chunk. And now for the rest of the legs. So, now we don't have any more legs. What I'll do is set that off to the side, and then I'll go for the big legs. Again, I usually clear off the shell and put that Old Bay to the side. Alright, so what I do is I snap this in half. Sometimes I'll get meat, sometimes I won't. But what I do is I take these two halves now, and I crack them open. So I take this one and set it like this, and usually one is good. Like that. I peel it open, and I get the meat out that way. Yummy. There's some stuck down in there, so that's when I'll use my little knife and pick it out. Ooh, look at that. Nice big chunk. Clean as a whistle. So here's the other one. Alright, so now time to open the crab. All you do is grab onto this apron. For the males, it's a little harder because their apron is really skinny. So sometimes you have to take a knife and just kind of scoop it out. But all you do is take this, and what I do is I completely snap it off. Then, and this is why I take the legs off. There's little holes here where the legs used to be. I take my fingers like this, I stick my fingers right in the hole, set the crab down, and I peel it open. It's like perfect leverage. So I think that's why I've always taken the legs off. Okay, now the gross part, cleaning out the crab. So first thing I do is, you know, pull these little, I don't know, shells off at the bottom. Make sure you scoop off all these lungs. Definitely have to get those off. Alright, then I just kind of take my finger right down the center and I just kind of scoop everything out. Everything comes out really nice and clean, and I'll even use the shell to kind of like wipe my finger off. That way everything's just, you know, nice and clean. Then we're done. Now it's open. Okay, so now that we're on the inside, what I do is I take my finger like this and my finger like this, and I push together and then pull it apart. Really simple, separates the two. I do the same thing. Now I take this side, but I do the same thing. Push it together, then I turn it, and I pull it right apart. And now you have the crab completely, you know, folded out. And there's all the meat. All you do is take your finger and scoop right through it, and it all just comes right out. So I don't know, I just think that that's the easiest way. I think you get like nice big chunks with that, and I don't know, I've never timed myself opening a crab. That would be kind of interesting to see how fast I can pick a crab. I think it would be funny to be one of those people that pick crab meat for companies or whatever to package, but I'd end up getting fired because I couldn't pick it and not eat it. Like, I just don't see, like, some people will pick their crabs and have like a pile. They'll start mounding it like off to the side. I can't do that. I need to eat that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, again, I'll show you up close with the inside. I just push it down and then I pull it apart like that. And yeah, I mean, like, the meat just kind of comes right out for you. It's so simple, and look at that. It's all meat. So I mean, I think that's the easiest way to pick a crab. Comment down below. Do you pick crabs the same as I do? Do you pull the legs off first, or do you leave the legs on and pull the body apart first? Let me know. Please enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Have fun with your families. I was definitely trying to figure out what video to do today, and I just thought, hey, I'm in the mood for crabs. That sounds like a cool idea. Let's do that. So, hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Adios.